You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, oh, redemption ever came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone, so save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break, swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never. You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, oh, redemption ever came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone.
Okay, I think that's enough. Can you all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? I just want to make sure everybody heard this. Anyway, let's see what the chat's saying. I know Freddie saying hi to me, and then he's saying hi to Emma. Emma, you dropped the link to the stream. Think that's good. That's really good. And I think we could start. Too bad I don't have an intro. Too bad I don't have a kick-ass intro. Otherwise, this would be it. Oh, hey everyone, it's Rickzilla here. Welcome back to our first first stream back. I'm Rickzilla, and it has been a long few months since I streamed, and one of the reasons why was because I was afraid that I was gonna end up getting frozen, or I'm gonna have to get a new PC, which we will be raising money soon, but it's gonna be a desktop. It's gonna be a desktop this time. I just found out that my laptop had to be updated, so the desktop is gonna be the new thing that we're gonna be looking forward to, and probably a new desk, because this one's about to fall apart. Anyway, tonight we're gonna do a little late. Well, I wouldn't say late hate. It's called the evening hate. It's something I do when I feel the need to address some certain individuals who are considered scumbags. And tonight we're gonna be looking at this person. I'm pretty sure some of you remember who this guy is. I'm sure because I know Hatman did a stream on him. I introduced this guy to Emma, who then introduced him to Hatman, and Chad did a stream on this guy. This is Earl Dubay, also known as TheWhiteBowser, aka, well, the guy who likes anime. And we'll be looking at some of his. We're going to be looking at some of the videos on this YouTube channel called Froggy Donut, who goes by the Black Bowser. And it appears that he's got a new documentary on this guy. Anyway, let's see. One of the videos we're going to be looking at is this guy. Is this video that's addressed to Cyrax after his arrest. So, of course, we all know how. I'm pretty sure everybody on the internet knows who Cyrax is, and this is Earl's message to Cyrax. Come on, Earl. Okay, Earl, let's hear your message.
I've tried.
Yeah, you have.
I've really tried. And honestly, I don't care if this video gets archived, because...
Oh, it is archived.
This video needs to be sent to Cyrax.
Oh, God. Yeah, so this fucker here is trying to reason with the goblin, the 4-foot-tall goblin from Akron, Ohio. Earl, you know that Cyrax is trying to form a team of, nonces, form a team, and I'm pretty sure you probably didn't get the memo.
It really does. This video needs to be sent to Cyrax. There are 3 types of fighting. Positive fighting, which is what Cyrax does
positive
every waking moment of his life. There's negative fighting, when you run away and leave.
Cyrax can't fight for anything. I've seen videos of him. I've seen the video of him getting his ass whooped by Marty, and I've seen the video of him trying to swing a bat at that one guy that was parked outside his house. I mean, not his house, Sally's house. And he can't even lift a bat. I mean, this is a guy. You're talking about a guy that was born with no shoulders.
And then there's neutral fighting.
Also, most of the fighting that Cyrax does with the trolls is one-sided. It's just him screaming over people, yelling, spouting out F slurs, spouting the gamer word, and showing his emaciated member.
When you stand there and just let your opponent punch you until they run out of energy, and then you win the fight.
I've seen the video. I've seen the footage. That never happened. He never won the fight. And it was a stupid thing to do for both parties. They were both in the wrong for that thing. I'm not saying... I mean, then again, Cyrax is always in the wrong because he doesn't think of anybody but himself. Kind of like you, Earl. Kind of like Earl here. He doesn't think about anybody but himself. It's always got to be everyone's fault. Everyone is to blame for his own problems. Same thing. There's a reason why some people are comparing Earl here to Cyrax. Well, Earl didn't get caught in a sting operation yet, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Earl's going to be chatting with someone he thinks is 17 years old, and he's going to go out to pick up a cupcake, and then he's going to see two mofus by the name of Smokey and Kiwi who are going to interview him and give him the TCAP treatment. That are just a bunch of randoms who will do like a predator poacher type YouTube video, which I kind of think are just dumb. There are some that are funny as hell, but they're just dumb that are just blatantly stupid. And Earl's going to be on one of them. He'll try to deny it, use his speech impediment, and try to say it's just cartoons. I mean, it's just cartoons, Smokey. And then he's going to try to run. Well, actually, I wouldn't say run. He's going to try and shuffle because if you've seen his body type, you probably know that he ain't athletically built.
Cyrax. Chance. Do you realize what the police said to you when you were first arrested? Don't say anything.
And he did. Earl and Chance did. Yes, Emma. Cyrax is a rabbit hole no one should ever go down. Cyrax is a rabbit hole that nobody should ever go down. It's bad. But it's funny as hell just to hear him scream 5 years or 7 years. 7 years. Actually, I'm just going to give you the abridged version of Cyrax, Emma. He's a creep on the line who got caught talking to what he thought was an underage girl, only to end up to being a mom who used the identity and got caught in a sting operation. There was this channel by the name of Masshole Report that covers these types of individuals. Not just predators, but scammers, grifters, and, well, first name auditors. But before Masshole Report changed their direction in covering these first name auditors, Kate of Masshole Report, now known as Troll Mafia, lured Cyrax into a sting operation where she was posing as like a 16-year-old girl, and he kind of sent his emaciated junk to said 16-year-old girl, and one thing led to another, and he got caught. Also, there's a lot of other things revolving around Cyrax trying to pass himself off as like this rapper. He is just about as delusional as he could be. He is arrogant and egotistical.
That was the first thing that came out of their mouth when they walked you out of your house. Don't say anything. Don't do anything.
And the reason why I talk about Cyrax on my channel is because of his appearance. He kind of does look like Adrazia's twin sister. The reason why I always bring up Cyrax when it comes to covering a dress is because they both look alike. Both Chance and Mary kind of do look alike with their wonky eye look. And they also both like to play the victim. That's all I can tell you about Cyrix is he's basically like a male version of Adrasdia. If Adrasdia groped a minor, well, then again, I think Adrasdia did kind of do that. Let's just say he's just a male version of Adrasdia. Except Adrasdia never got arrested, nor did Adrasdia ever get her ass beat by one of her detractors. And Adrasdia didn't shove a pen up her butt and then put it up to her neck. Even though that would have been funny.
A million people talking about you and creating profiles on you online.
Yeah, he does look like something from the Hills Have Eyes.
You win by doing absolutely nothing.
This motherfucker here, this frizzy-haired idiot, thinks that he could speak to Chance Wilkins. Dude. How delusional does he think? I mean, Cyrix has done a lot worse. That's the last person you want to give advice to.
I remember a police officer.
It's like Adrasdia trying to give advice to Leticia on how to hide a body. It just doesn't work out right. I mean, then again, I think Adrasdia did try to give Leticia advice last year when that whole thing went off. And I see a lot of these cows try to reach out to other cows, and it's weird. It's stupid. Why? Why do you want to be these cows? Why do cows want to be friends with other cows? It doesn't make sense.
And even the doctor telling me, why do you care what the internet thinks about you? It's just the internet.
Exactly.
The internet cannot put you in jail.
Actually, it can. Actually, it can put you in jail. I mean, if they have enough evidence and enough information that detail the fact that you obviously have been doing a lot of shady shit, if they can pull up a lot of information, and if you continue doing said shady shit and you post it on the internet, it can land you into jail. I mean, look at what happened with Leticia. Look at what happened with Letity. I mean, she put all her shit on the internet, and guess what happened? She's in jail right now. So, yeah, that argument about how the internet can't put you into jail, actually, it can. If you get more information about you.
A judge, or even the police themselves, needs to do that.
Find the perfect mouse for your setup.
In fact, if the internet is Goliath, and you are David, I mean...
Holy shit.
How do you win the fight? You could just climb a really tall mountain and just stand up there until Goliath goes to sleep, and then slit Goliath's throat. You did nothing, and you won the fight.
Actually, he didn't win the fight. Also, like the stream, folks. Like the stream, share this with your friends, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And get ready for next week, because it's going to be the birthday stream, and we're going to have a lot of fun on the birthday stream. So, and we're going to do like a new format.
The internet is not the real world.
Maybe you should recount that situation. Yeah, you're right. The internet isn't the real world. I mean, and that's the dumbest thing. And that is the thing that most of these weird cows try to associate, because most of these cows, they can't tell between what is on the internet and what is real. I mean, take a look at our mutual buddy here. And also take a look at people like he who shall not be named. The one who ruined the crow. I mean, I'm more of the crow than that dumbass. I'm more of the crow than that fucker. Well, then again, my coat is my avatar has like a crow-like coat. So yeah.
Nor
anyway, let's get back to this dumb fuck.
Does it have the power to put you in jail?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does, Merle. If you get caught by poacher, if you get caught by people and they find information on you that is, well, illegal, all the screenshot, all the information about you sending hentai to minors in Discord, yeah, that's a federal offense.
The definition of arrogance is to not care.
Earl, why don't you take a seat over there?
To have a more powerful ego.
And you do have a powerful, well, I wouldn't say you have a powerful ego, you have a fragile ego, Earl. I mean, why is it that why is it that you always went after Smokey? Why is it that you always go after Kiwi tapes? Well, why is it that you can't even stand up to Cow Wrangler? And also, we're going to look at that video, the one where he was screaming at Cow Wrangler when Cow Wrangler brought up all this shit about him, and he was screaming at her, which was almost close to the Mega Re, which we'll be talking about in a future video in the near future. When I start doing that Ross video that I'll be bringing out eventually soon, when I figure out how I'm going to get the Movie Maker software.
Than the internet itself. If a million people are just around you, calling you names.
By the way, hey Emma, don't you think he kind of looks like Paula's twin brother? I mean, that's a joke, but yeah, he kind of does look like what Paula's twin brother would look like.
I mean,
yes, Cal Rango won, Bobby Johnson.
Until they get tired. Don't fight. That's how you win.
That's not.
Eventually,
that's funny.
Project onto you and give you attention just for breathing.
Breathing? Did you say breathing or breeding? That's a federal offense. So I got a little something in my throat.
Cyrax,
Go on, take your time, Earl.
you never had and were never obligated to talk to William Gloryhole. You were never...
Stop giving this facker advice. Stop giving this nonsense advice. Earl, stop giving this goblin advice.
commanded to engage with Music Biz Marty.
Yeah, he was. According to the contract.
You were never sworn to call Cyrax video games. No one makes us do anything. We choose to do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I'm looking at you, Mary. You chose to interact with the trolls who pretty much bombard your comment section. Same thing with Earl. You always interact with trolls who comment on you. You could have just walked away from it. But then again, you chose blood. You chose violence. When you went after Smokey, when you tried to silence him, when you tried to have his channel flagged for exposing you for being a complete creep and a degenerate.
I mean, why even keep on deleting your YouTube channel?
Because he's a fucking coward.
Are you not realizing that just with an online presence, you infinitely gain popularity and subscriber count?
Don't try to give the goblin advice, Earl. Then again, predators always have to stick with predators. Then again, predators always have to stick together, right? I mean, did you hear how Cyrax tried to round up all the TikTok predators like Daniel Larson and that weird-looking creep called Johnny Elbows? Yeah, he was trying to like recruit them to be part of his team.
Absolutely nothing. The best way to win the fight is to not fight.
And what makes this Earl dangerous is that he knows better. He knows not to engage with people, but he chooses to do so anyway. He knows right from wrong, but he chooses to do the wrong things.
Please.
Keep in mind, this fucker was at an anime convention one time, and he sees one of those female cosplayers, and he said, "I'm sitting with the hottest woman in the world." What do you think he was gonna What do you think he was gonna expect? I mean, other than disgust and cringe, he's an idiot.
I plead with the internet.
You plead with the internet.
Archive this video.
Okay, and they did. Shoutouts to Froggy Donut and shoutouts to Cow Wrangler for, well, shoutouts to Froggy Donut for archiving Earl's shit, and shoutouts to Cow Wrangler for putting this fucker in his place. And goddamn, the boxes, Earl. I'm beginning to think that his hovel is basically like an episode of Hoarders. Then again,
I plead with the internet to send it to Chance Wilkins.
oh, thank you, Clean Team.
You have brought about.
Yeah, I know we have unfinished business.
Because you gave the internet the power to do it. Had you done absolutely nothing and just stood there as the internet kept on throwing punches at you, you would actually be possibly monetized.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Earl, oh my God. Not really, Earl, because have you seen Cyrax's videos? He's always screaming N-bombs. He's always dropping F-bombs here and there. He's always yelling at the top of his lungs. And not to mention, he's ugly as fuck. He's always arguing with people. He's always dropping F-bombs here and there. He swears like a sailor. Ain't no way he's going to be monetized. Ain't no way I'm going to be monetized because I do the same thing too. I swear like a fucking sailor, which is why I have the other avenues, because YouTube doesn't like it when people swear. That's why I always say go support my other revenue streams, such as PayPal, Streamlabs, and Cash App. Links are in the description as well as in the pinned comment. If you want to drop $1 here or there, those are the places to go.
And making lots of money.
That's never going to happen, bub.
That's it. I'm going to do some video editing.
And let's take a look at one of the iconic videos that got Earl in so much hot water. Let us take a look. All right. This is one of my favorite iconic moments. And it's got a brief cameo from Liquid Chris. So we're not done here. Cal Wrangler takes on Earl.
T said I was innocent. T said I was innocent.
All right, let's.
T said I was innocent in all of this.
Bowser, she's a child. At the end of the day. You see, Bowser, you keep dropping people's names and you're forgetting that
T has never once said she was uncomfortable or that T said I was innocent. T said I was innocent in all this. T said I was innocent in all of this.
Bowser, she's a child. At the end of the day.
She doesn't know any better. She's a child. You are a full-grown adult. You should know better.
Well,
this is deplorable behavior, Mr. Bowser. You're like Cyrax.
And Mr. Chandler, as you can tell, this man in particular preys on women because he's a no-good degenerate. The fact that...
Yeah, so the person that's comparing... And just to let you know, the person that's comparing Earl to Cyrax here is Liquid Chris. I'm pretty sure some Christorians know who that is. Or this is the recent Liquid Chris model.
That he likes to praise that he's a Catholic, he's a good, righteous man is bullshit.
Exactly, yeah.
He is nothing more than someone who uses the name just to feel big and good about himself. He likes to go into those subreddits and preach and pray and try to look holy.
Earl's not having this.
Bowser, God doesn't like you. You have made people miserable.
Oh, man.
Here it comes.
I want to go smoke a cigarette.
And this is, yeah, and shout outs to Smokey and Kiwi for putting up with this degenerate. Ha 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 ha. I mean, most people have said their piece about Earl. I want a part in. And this is where things pretty much went tits up with Earl Dubé.
Puffing the Nick right now, bro. I'm fuck. Ooh.
Here it comes.
Get more beers.
Is it gonna, hey, third round's on me, bro.
No, dude.
Hey, fuck, you
already
send me cigarette money, you little shit.
Cigarette
Bowser,
money.
You have
Marlboros.
made things so difficult for many different women.
Here it comes.
Things like this. You will
Here it comes.
Not as a good man, but as someone who scares women, who scares people, who goes around and spreads his degeneracy without anyone wanting it.
He's not hearing it.
Emphasize it again. Chihuahua does say that I is 15. It emphasizes.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Chihuahua on a Monday was Earl's favorite anime, which he faps to. His favorite hentai. And, yeah. Reason why those characters appear that young is because, well, let's just say the age of consent in Japan is much lower than it is in the States. But don't tell JRC3 that. He might want to go to Japan. Because we all know how JRC3 likes them young and fresh.
Emphasizes that she's in high school. And you still jerked off to it.
I mean,
Here comes.
I looked at the wiki. I mean, it does say that.
Is that true, Bowser? Is Chihuahua 15?
Oh, I actually sent you the link to the wiki, Kiwi. So I figured that would help you out a little bit.
Okay.
I sent it to everyone in here, I believe, because I wanted to make sure that everyone was well aware of who they were talking to. And
Yeah, I agree, taking care of business. Marty was the one that beat the crap, that whooped Cyrax's ass. I think I showed a video of that during the late stream.
Girl, besides from her obnoxious breast, looks like a child. She looks like a 15-year-old. Her friends look like children. So the fact that you...
The reason why Marty's going off on Foodie Beauty is because Foodie Beauty somehow was defending Cyrax at one point. Then again, she doesn't know who Cyrax was, and that's why that whole thing started. Then again, Marty is at war with Nags when he should be with Ralph. Can you fucking imagine Cyrax going on the kill stream? Well, for people who know about Ethan Ralph, can you imagine Cyrax on the kill stream?
Sexualize her, and you make comments about dreaming about turning into her is so interesting.
Are you fucking done? Please fucking stop.
I mean, she's just saying...
Yeah, here it comes. In case you're wondering, this is the moment where Earl flips out.
So interesting.
Are you fucking done? Please fucking stop.
I mean, she's just
No, I think... fellas. I don't mean to exacerbate the
fucking
wound here.
attack away. Fucking stop.
Well,
Oh my god, the fact that Earl decided to scream, at least he almost started going re. Uh-oh.
Defend
little
yourself.
Oh,
Bowser,
no, guys.
Fucking hell.
Bowser,
Okay.
Bowser,
And then he's trying to have a meltdown.
come on.
Go ahead,
Fucking
Kiwi.
hell. Fucking stop.
Bowser, come on, dude. Remember, like I said, dude, this is a podcast. We're just...
And by the way, this podcast that he did with Kiwi was his idea. He roped a bunch of people into this. Of course, they didn't know who Bowser was at the time, but once they got to know him more, the more they find out about him, the more they realize how much of a piece of shit he was.
Just chilling. Just take some breaths. You want to take a commercial break? Do you want to take a commercial break?
We'll be right back
Bowser?
after these messages. We'll be good.
Come on,
We can
dude.
take a
Oh god.
Take a quick
Yes, I remember the Portugal incident. I remember that. From what I hear, he's planning on moving to Africa. From what I hear, Ethan Ralph is planning to move up to Africa. Can you fucking imagine if Ethan Ralph started looking at Cyrax? I would love to see that happen.
Everything's fine.
Right now, Ethan Ralph is warring with Leafy is here. Because Leafy was defending Nick Fuentes.
It's just a cow wrangler. Remember what we said about the goon? The goon's a goon. The cow wrangler's a cow wrangler.
Shoutouts to Cal Wrangler.
We'll read some comments. Jay Adverse with the 15. Jesus, Jay, thank you so much, man. Me and Bowser are going to be eating great. Bowser, you need to take this as a wake-up call. And taste things that come if you continue doing what you're doing. Recognize all your faults.
Of course, Bowser wasn't really wasn't listening to Kiwi. He was more upset that the fact that he was being ousted for being a creep. You see, Bowser doesn't care about anyone other than himself. And that's basically the thing with most cows. How many cows have you seen that share any compassion for other people? Most cows, actually, most, if not all, lol cows are narcissistic and only care about themselves.
Not with the end of the.
Instead of improving their lives, they choose to drown in their own misery and blame everybody else for all their problems.
The world. We're just reading comments, dude. We can't shit on.
Hey, Bloody.
People are our bosses, Bowser. Deep breaths. We're gonna keep going. Another 5 from Steve from Machete Squad. Bowser, how does it feel knowing that you screwed up for the rest of your life? I don't know if I agree with that, Steve. We have a fruitful podcast ahead of us.
We're doing our best. We're doing our best.
I'm trying to have a fruitful podcast myself, but I do have to be a badass.
Formula.
Because I'm a fun guy. Because I'm a fun guy, right, Emma? I'm just kidding. Yeah. I ain't that much of a fun guy. I'm a mercenary for hire. Actually, I'm also the king of hell. Actually, I'm not the king of hell yet. I'm just a king of Rolier. I'm just a nihilistic, half human, half kaiju, with a love for destruction.
A normal bottle of mustard.
I need to blow my nose.
All right, you can just listen.
Yeah, he's
cow handler. Better be careful against the 14th. It's against the 14th Amendment to own somebody. Yeah, my buddy Cyrex told me that you're not supposed to own anybody, cow wrangler. I don't know about that. I heard.
Yeah, because the 14th Amendment abolished slavery.
Meh.
I heard differently.
Yeah, you see, I don't think you're allowed to own someone on paper, but making them cry like a little bitch on YouTube is perfectly allowed.
That's true.
And I also owe Mr. Cyrex too, 15%.
Yeah.
He's
also gonna be in my Sachu comics.
Liquid. I love Liquid Chris. I'm a huge fan of Liquid Chris.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Fuck yeah.
What is he gonna be, a villain, or is he's gotta be a villain?
Definitely a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Earl. Cry like a little girl. Cry like a little bitch because you got owned by a cow wrangler.
I see Mr. Bowser so excited he's crying tears of joy.
Bowser, what's up? What's up, Bowser?
You see how Bowser always tries to rope people into his mess? He's always trying to manipulate people into feeling sorry for him. And each time he fails. He fails to do so.
Need to take a 5-minute break, Bowser. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do, Bowser. I'm gonna put you in the back for a little bit and let you calm down. Let Kay come in here. Is that alright? Alright. We'll see you here in a bit.
Well, he's not forgotten. He's still legendary, but the Gunt. Anyway, we're going to look at one of his most infamous. Since you got a grasp on about what Earl looks like, let's see him without his face. Let's see Earl without his face. Let's see Earl's confessions. Let's see how Earl responds to the people talking about him. I want to give a shout out to Kiwi and Smokey for putting up with this degenerate. And also want to give shout outs to Cow Wrangler for poning him.
Come on. No fucking way. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. What's up, Bowser?
Oh, the person that was crying, that's Earl Dubé, aka TheWhiteBowser, taking care of business. He's the one crying. Because he's a weed. Society is filled with those types of people. And I'm sure a lot of these weirdos, these degenerates, have so many excuses. Maybe their mothers never loved them enough. Maybe the teachers on school didn't call on them when they had their little hand raised. Or maybe the pervert in the park had a present for them in his pants. And that's probably what's with Bowser. Maybe his mom never loved him enough. Maybe the teachers on school, or maybe his dad walked out on him. And his mom never loved him enough. Maybe the teachers at school never called on poor little Earl here when he had his little hand raised. Or maybe the pervert in the park had a present for him in his pants. Maybe that's why he's so messed up.
How are you, dude? Well, we kind of want to...
Kill's called me in here for something. What's going on?
We wanted to watch the newest video of yours with you, but, I'm having some difficulties, like, streaming it. I kind of just want to go over it because it's concerning.
Yeah, Bowser, I just want you to know, like, you saying that you're falsely reporting my channel is against TOS as well.
Yes, in case you're wondering. And in case you're wondering what that noise was in the background, one of my posters fell down. I'm going to have to get some sticky tack after the stream, or maybe later on. Anyway, so for those of you who aren't aware of this type of thing, Earl tried to report Smokey's channel, Smokey McCrack or Smokey McC, which I recommend you check out his channel, Smokey McCrack, aka Smokey McC. He does a lot of these lolcow videos, and he does like lolcow wrestling streams. Smokey McCrack does like lolcow wrestling streams, just like JJ Stoner with his TPW. With the TPW. Smokey does like videos on certain lolcows, such as he did like the Chris Chan letters earlier last year, like back in 2021 when Chris was in jail. He did videos on Cyrax. He did like those in Enter the Lolcow videos. And he's a really chill dude. Kiwi Tapes did like videos on other lolcows such as Cyrax, Shandy for Christ, and even Quick, and also Cobes. He did videos on Cobes.
You're using your audience against me.
I'm not using anything against you, Bowser. I'm telling the complete God's honest truth about you, and you're just mad about it, so you want to get my channel taken down. You know that's fucking against all the rules and shit. You want to.
Smokey, you're violating TOS.
TheWhiteBowser, aka Earl Dubay, is a creep and a degenerate. He's a scumbag and a predator. And trust me, he's not the only one. He had a Discord of other nonces, of other predators in his Discord, where he would invite minors to watch hentai. Yeah.
Bowser, you're a predator. You're a predator.
No,
Hey,
I'm
let's
not.
keep this civil.
No, I'm not.
Now, Bowser, you're a predator.
No, I'm not.
You admittedly groped that girl. You said you did it.
I am not a
intentionally.
predator.
You're a predator.
Why did you make this video on Smokey, TheWhiteBowsers? Do you believe that he's using his audience against you?
I mean, complaining about how making a video ranting about someone using their audience against you. Where have I heard that before? Assuming that a big name creator is using their audience against you. Where have I heard that before? I know Mary always complains that Adonis Paul uses his audience against her. And Earl here, TheWhiteBowser, is complaining that Smokey used his audience against him, which, of course, is not true.
Yeah.
How?
control over your audience, and you
You're
take
right. I
zero
don't.
account.
I don't. They do what they want to do.
You take zero accountability
Yes.
for their actions.
Bowser, I'm not responsible for the people who watch my videos' actions. They
Yes,
watch
you
my-
are. You cannot enforce and you cannot enforce.
Oh,
Smokey.
You cannot enforce cyberbullying.
I've told everybody that I don't want nobody to mess with you. Is that good enough? Because what do you want me to do if someone looks at that video and says, "Man, this Bowser guy is a fucking creep," and they just decide, "Hey, I'm gonna write this White Bowser and say something mean to him." That's not that you can't blame me for that. That's the same way you're trying to blame Cow Wrangler for having to double up on your medicine. That's on you.
And this is a thing I see with all lolcows. This is a thing I see with all these lolcows, is that a large majority of them, they always blame everybody else for their own problems. This is why I have no sympathy for these weirdos, these degenerates. They're always going to look for someone to blame.
And that's on them.
Yeah, let's get into that. What is the you've been doubling up on your medicine, Earl?
Yeah.
No,
Okay, so you lied about that.
My medication was increased, but I've never been doubling up on it.
I see. Cow Wrangler with the 2. Send me the link.
What link?
I think this was around the time they started Too High for
But honestly, I think it. Well,
I mean, let me talk about. I've never had time to actually talk.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, Bowser. Here's the deal. You're a predator, first and foremost. Let's get that out of the way.
No, I am not. I am
Yes,
not
you
a
are.
predator. No, I'm leaving the studio.
Why?
I'm leaving the studio.
We're just
I'm
hold
not,
up.
Yep.
I'm not gonna talk to Smokey if he's gonna be an asshole.
Smokey, you've got to just get your point across.
Exactly. That's what I can't stand with lolcows. That's why I have no sympathy for them. I mean, how many times have I heard Shani blaming Drag for all the problems in her life? How many times I've heard Cyrax blame Marty for all the problems in his life? And Earl is always blaming Smokey or Cow Wrangler for all his problems. It's why I hate Earl. They can never, ever take any accountability. I mean, why do you think and how many times have I seen Draven blame Moon for all his problems? Moon, the GD podcast, Carrie, and possibly me at one point. If I start doing my evening hate on Draven, I might start being his next target to shift the blame onto.
Okay, what I do has like no effect on what my audience does. They are all their own people. Hasn't like Tay been telling you this on stream that you can't blame like one person for what other people do?
Yep.
Like how is that? Like I'm not telling anybody, oh, go fuck with White Bowser. No, I'm telling people what you've actually done.
And again, and that's the thing. And that's the thing that these creators always say. They always say, don't go after this person. Don't go harassing them. And that's the advice that everybody should take. Like I said, I don't condone harassing other people. Like I said, I don't condone bullying people off the internet. I know I said that as a joke. But again, no joke you say to them in the chats, no joke you say to them in their comments will be funnier than the joke God is playing on them as of now. That's what I say. Actually, no, that's what AP said in the first Mayo documentary. No joke you say about Mary will be funnier than the joke God is playing on her as of now. And that statement can never not be true. And I couldn't agree more with that statement. I mean, that statement, I cannot agree more. That's why we always say, don't go after this person. Because it kind of makes you look bad. Don't go harassing these people. No joke. Let karma deal with them. Let karma work the magic. And to quote Letity, Bowser's gonna get his karma soon. And like what Letity would say, you're gonna get your karma soon, Earl. And much like Letity would say, Bowser's gonna get his karma. No joke you say to this guy in a direct message, or will be funnier than the joke God plays on him.
People just don't fucking.
I
like
am
that.
not a predator though.
But Bowser, there's proof behind that.
No, there is not.
Bowser, there's a lot of proof behind it, bro. There's screenshots. You keep saying they're doctored. How are they doctored other than you just saying they are?
Smokey, I am not talking to a loser and a hypocrite like yourself.
Well, Bowser, I'm
I'm
talking to a predator apparently right now.
I'm leaving. I'm
Why?
Scared, because you're scared.
I have no reason to talk to a loser, a hypocrite, and a gosh darn drug addict like yourself. Okay?
And again, they always say, I don't talk to drug addicts. I don't talk to junkies. Weed is natural. Weed is a natural essence. It comes from the earth.
So
We have to set the record straight.
Says the guy, I don't talk to drug addicts. Says the person that keeps abusing his medication. Because he doesn't like it when people be mean to him.
Wait, Bowser, we can't let him have the last word. He's in here spouting all this stuff.
I don't have to.
I know you don't have to do anything, but this is just for our own reputations. You know. This is how I see it. What do you have?
Hi, fellas. Here's a thing that this Greek Guts said. Hi, fellas. I just want to tell you that the TheWhiteBowser is a bad person. Blah, blah, blah. He has disrespected women, black people, and LGBTQ people. Oh, that's right. That's fucking right. I forgot. This motherfucker, this TheWhiteBowser, told a veteran to off himself. Yeah, let that ruminate. This motherfucker, this TheWhiteBowser guy, told a veteran to go off himself. And he's disrespectful. Not to mention, he groped a minor. And he's also a racist.
Have to say, what's your problem?
I always have a bit of a problem with Mr. Earl here, but I really wanted to talk about.
Why is Kay messaging me saying that I have to deal with this?
It's kind of. It seems like it's a big deal. There's kind of like a war brewing. It seems like
a war
yeah.
brewing between who?
But all in all, yeah, weed is a drug, but it can be used in other methods besides smoking it. And it depends on how your body handles the weed. Your body can handle the weed in small amounts, albeit CBD, which is good to help you calm down. And there are some alternatives. You're right. That's a debate for some other time. But Bowser, I find it, but on the subject, Bowser is a bit of a hypocrite. He's saying that he doesn't want to talk to a drug addict. Well, he's not one to talk. I mean, this is the guy. Bowser always has to keep taking his medication, abusing his medication because people are telling the truth about him that he doesn't want to hear. He's always complaining about how he has to up his medication. No, Bowser, you're abusing the medication that you're taking. So, who are you calling a drug addict? So, Bowser, I'm just going to say, who are you calling a drug addict? And I shouldn't be one to talk to since I have an addiction to stimulant.
Bowser, you just
But
Tell people to falsely report my
I take it in a 3-hour
You do
time.
that, Bowser, even though Smokey has said nothing to anyone about reporting your channel. He's honestly been super, super amicable this entire time, but for
No,
some
he
reason
has
you
not.
insist on it.
What medicine?
So what I would recommend is you actually...
I don't know. I forgot the name of the medication Bowser takes, but it's got to be like some antidepressant. He's always... It's got to be some sort of antidepressants or antipsychotics. Like, he has to double up on his antidepressants, or he has to double up on antipsychotics. Because keep in mind, this guy is also a resident of the psych ward too. I was gonna bring that up. This guy was also a resident of the psych ward, much like Letiti, much like Jimmy. This guy also has been in and out of psych wards as well. And of course, the only good thing he likes to talk about when it comes to the psych wards is the chicken. The chicken they serve him.
Shut the fuck up about that and stop recommending that all your fans go and attack someone who hasn't actually done anything to you on his YouTube channel.
I'm not listening to any of.
I used to take Adderall, Brittany. I used to take Adderall. I had to be weaned. I had to be forced off Adderall because I was developing an addiction to it. That's why I'm taking Strattera, which is kind of like Adderall, but minus the addictive properties.
This, okay?
I know, it's because I'm...
Well, tell him what you think, Earl. I want you to get your side of the story
I think
out.
Smokey is a loser, abuser, a hypocrite, and a liar.
That sounds like projection, don't you think? That kind of sounds like projection from Earl here. And I gotta say, Smokey is a really chill dude. I like his content. I freaking love his content. I love the wrestling videos, the wrestling streams he does, which are freaking awesome. It kind of reminds me of TPW.
To everyone.
And I would like to, and if I am lucky, if I ever become a member on his channel, I want to be added in to the roster.
Listen to him laugh. Listen to him laugh. Because he knows he's an absolute shitlord who can't tell the truth on the internet.
I don't think he's scared because he can't.
And there's Bowser projecting. I know this is supposed to be like a hate stream. And there's a lot of reasons to hate this motherfucker. There's a lot of reasons to hate Bowser. I mean, this guy constantly keeps projecting all his insecurities onto Smokey. And before firing up the stream, I was watching like these interviews with the people, the trolls the people that troll Bowser. And one of the trolls said that the reason why Earl wanted to go after Smokey was he was looking for someone to blame for all his own problems. And because Smokey did the video on Bowser, Earl wanted to blame him.
I can't fucking see you, dude. That's like, we don't even...
I don't need to show my face to someone who hides behind a Surfshack Tito avatar.
Well, that's him.
Dude, that's me.
You're not Surfshack Tito.
That's not Surfshack Tito.
That's Smokey.
No, it's not.
I've seen him. That's him. Whatever. Well, okay, but I mean...
If you want to learn more about TheWhiteBowser taking care of business, I'd recommend you look at Smokey McCrack's video on him. Also, take a look at Kiwi Tapes' video on TheWhiteBowser. I should have included those documentaries in the description.
Well, what do you have to say to that, Smokey? He just called you a weed-smoking degenerate.
What do I think?
Because you are one.
What do I think about the pedophile calling me a weed smoking
I'm not a pedophile.
Bowser, you like anime kids, bro. It's the textbook definition. Like you lust over kids. You find kids.
I do not lust.
You groped a 17-year-old.
And you think it's okay to show teenagers hentai, so...
Yep. Here, let me play that again.
And you think it's okay to...
I do not lust.
You groped a 17-year-old.
And yeah, Tawawawa is a hentai about a teacher grooming a high school student. So, yeah. What does that say about Earl?
And you think it's okay to show teenagers hentai, so...
We have talked about this before. She was 18.
You've never shown proof that she wasn't 17, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
you're backpedaling. You're backpedaling right now, Smokey. You know you're telling a lie, but you're backpedaling anyway. You are backpedaling on the fact you're telling a lie.
I'm not telling a fucking lie, Bowser.
Scooby-Doo-Bay. Uh-oh, his name is Scooby. Flirting with a 15-year-old isn't against the law. Sexting one, yes. Ooh, god damn, Earl. God damn. It is a gold mine of disgusting degeneracy. Hey, Earl, have you tried reaching out to JRC3? I mean, he likes them young and fresh too, Earl. I'm like,
I wouldn't come out here and just try to ruin someone's life for no fucking reason.
Look
at that screenshot.
We've already proven this was doctored.
hey, Moon.
How?
Oh my god, Moon. It's good to see you here.
Prove that was doctored.
First of all, I don't.
My two favorite women, Emma and Moon.
You have used the Scooby username before. We've already been.
My two favorite podcast hosts. It's good to see you here too, Moon. We're going to be looking at this. We're going to be hating on Earl here. Also, I love the ladies' night with you and Emma. You two fine ladies brighten my evening.
Yeah, on Twitter, but not on Discord.
Okay, how do we know that?
How do you know that? You can't prove a damn
The
thing.
charisma.
There we go. So
Bowser has a secret Discord where he streams corn to my... What?
Yeah. I almost forgot about that. Yeah. Bowser had a secret Discord. Earl here had a secret Discord where he would stream hentai to minors. I wish I was kidding. At the end of the day, you'd probably say, F this guy.
Okay,
I don't know anything about that.
That's that Christian troll. What is he talking about, Earl?
What movie? Are you going to talk about? Oh no. The Crow?
I don't know.
I mean, you did say last night that you think it's okay to show hentai to minors.
Ooh, shit.
Really morally disgusting.
Oh, damn.
So.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, yeah, Earl did show some hentai to minors, so... Why don't you take a seat over there? Earl, why don't you take a seat over there? Do you know why you're here, Earl? I was just trying to pick up a cupcake, Mr. Hanson.
He said that last night. He said,
I did not
it's not
say
okay
that.
to show them straight up porn, but if you show them cartoons or anime, it's fine.
Okay, I am not dealing with this. Why do I have to deal with you
Because
guys?
you're not answering anything honestly.
Like, I'm not even lying. I'm literally repeating what you said last
you
night.
guys are showing a fake screenshot. You guys are spreading.
Fake.
You guys are spreading. No, this is fake.
Like Jimmy here. Oh, that's kind of cool. The new Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, that's probably one of the best out of the recent MCU films. Aside from No Way Home. Aside from Spider-Man No Way Home.
Spreading misinformation.
Okay. Bowser, the way you want to know how I found that screenshot, and anyone can go do it themselves. You go on Twitter, right? You look up.
Yeah, and it's
Bowser,
doctored.
let me finish.
It's doctored.
How? How is it doctored?
Meanwhile, I'll be looking at some bad Tyler Perry films.
What he said. I don't know who doctored it, but someone did obviously doctor it.
Bowser, so if anyone wants to see where that screenshot came from, you go on Twitter, you look up the White Bowser.
While watching Better Call Saul.
And then you look up either like pedo or something after it, and there's a bunch of tweets from like 2018. And this is where I found it. There's a bunch of like some pony
And reruns of Mr. Show.
And they were all calling you a creep and a pedo, and this is where I found
They never called me that, and you have no evidence of that
you
either.
go look it
You
up
have
on
no
Twitter right
evidence of that.
now. Anyone who wants to can go look it up on Twitter right now, and they'll find it. It's that simple.
Smokey, you're full of shit. Okay.
I'm not full of shit, Bowser.
Yes,
Hold
you
up.
are. You are full of shit.
Bowser, we can.
You are full of shit.
Oh, shit.
I am
Anyone
not.
can
I
go
am
look
not
it
a pedophile. I am not
You
a
are.
predator.
You're a predator. You are.
I do not have to deal with your crap. You sick, depraved,
Pedophile.
degenerate. I'm leaving the studio. I'm leaving.
No.
Predator,
why-
Earl.
We have to- hold up.
I don't have
We-
to deal with this.
Earl?
I don't have to.
If you want to see a movie that'll make you cry, I'd recommend you look at Logan, the 2017 film Logan, which starred Hugh Jackman, which was supposed to be his last film until Deadpool 3.
Give you my
I
edge.
muted them. We don't have to deal with this. Let's read our donation.
Hold on, let me.
You take zero accountability for your actions, Bowser. Smokey tells his community to leave.
If you want to have a cry fist, I'd recommend watching Logan. I think it's on Disney Plus, along with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
You alone. This is all on you, Earl.
Apparently, I'm still getting attacked right now by his community, by the King of Town. The King of Town is part of Smokey's
I don't
community.
even know
and
who
he's
the King
attacked
of
me.
Town is.
King of Town has always seemed like a good man. He's been.
Yeah, the movie Logan, which was supposed to be Hugh Jackman's last film as Wolverine, up until the recent announcement of Deadpool 3, was one of my favorite movies. And it is a real tearjerker.
He's actually a
I
fan
don't think
of our...
any of the only person I have respect for right now is Kiwi, and that
And
is
you
it.
should, because he's been saving your ass.
It's that's not what this is about, gentlemen. Philly B with the 2. Sounds like Earl needs a doobie. Earl, you ever considered?
Honestly, I need to take a shit right now because I just ate a bunch of pizza.
All right, go take your shit, man. Maybe get that camera set up because everybody's like, we will go wild with the money if you cam up.
I don't want to cam up again.
All right,
Yeah,
Bowser,
maybe you can take a
gotta
shit
cam
ton of
up.
CBD like you usually do to
I need take
relax,
a shit,
Earl.
Okay, because you guys are full of shit. Except
Maybe
for
watch
you.
some Chihuahua, you predator.
Yeah, I hear jerking off really helps with your stress levels, Earl.
I wish I knew about this a while. Oh, shit. I wish I knew about this weirdo.
No mags with the 5. Can someone just pull a finishing move on Bowser? I want my Wrangler back. We're gonna play Vidya. I do not know what Vidya is.
Video games.
Oh, Mags, yeah. They
Oh, The Notebook. Maybe the new Barbie movie might make a few people cry.
Comes on just to make sure Mr. Doobie heard me, and I made sure I wanted to make sure.
But I'm
everybody
planning on seeing that new movie that came out last month, Oppenheimer, on my birthday. Depending on how the weather is, because we're supposed to get like a tropical storm in the southwest. And it's supposed to be like this for like a few days. It's going to be like tropical weather.
knew that he did say that last night, that he thinks it's okay to show teenagers.
But I'm going to do a stream on my birthday.
I wouldn't be surprised if he watches it with them and jerks off because he's a disgusting, degenerate animal.
Did he
You
say
can't
that
even
on
be
the-
bothered to have the decency to draw the line between, anything.
Did he say that on the stream, like here last night? Because
He
I got
did.
to back
Last night, that's what he said. Someone asked him, they're like, hey, do you think it's okay to show porn to minors? She's like, well, not real porn, but anime.
Mm-hmm. The cartoons.
Yeah, that's no, that's fucking.
Cartoons.
And that's where the whole "it's just cartoons" Smokey came from. Why are we talking about movies right now? We got a nonce to roast.
If he really said that, like, how can a person justify that and be like, oh, it's just a cartoon? Like, at that point, you're literally providing minors with content like that. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. You're just being, like, look, I'm sorry. Look, I know some people are probably thinking, yeah, like, you're getting way too worked up over this. And probably I am, but it's like, dude, this guy is a fucking, like, he admitted the other day that he has kids in his fucking Discord and all this shit. He always says this shit. He had someone he knowingly knew was 17 in his Discord, groped him.
Oh, okay.
And like, and he just acts like this is all.
I'm not usually a tearjerker guy.
Shit, right? Like, I can't be the only one who thinks this is like the most weird shit.
He's so compromised his morals at this point that just looking at him is kind of sad. It's
I used to cry when on The Lion King.
In a wet cardboard box. That is how I see Earl a lot of the time because he's just kind of sad. He's just kind of pathetic. Like, you look at him and it's like, wow, you've given up everything just for the sake of trying to like flare up your own ego and blow smoke up your own ass.
Huh. Flare up the ego. I see a lot of that with a lot of cows nowadays. Is they're trying to flare up their own ego, their own fragile egos. I like to say this.
It's like you have to pay people to be your friend. Like, that's just...
Yeah, and I just want to bring up Mr. Something Else in chat said it, even though whatever the age is, he still groped a girl. Like, it's still, is that not just, like, fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, and let's just call it what it is. It was a sexual assault.
It was SA.
There's no way you would leave your job in such shame and such disgust over what I did.
And here's the thing.
I'm back. Okay.
What's up, buddy?
Okay, congrats, you're back. We heard you climbing over like plastic crates or whatever.
I have a more like pressing matter. We got to get into this Hugh Laurie body pillow.
Hugh Laurie.
Where is it here?
House? Dr. House? Who wouldn't want a Dr. House body pillow?
You guys can go on. I might take a second.
So Bowser, like, you got any like other criticisms of me? Did you want to bring up?
No, I just don't even want to talk to you.
All right, Predator. I'm sorry.
It's because we're scary, Smokey. We're really, really scary.
Yeah, Bowser. I was just telling people like
blah blah
you,
blah
yeah,
blah 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 blah.
Oh,
wow.
dude, I got a
have
little
an adult conversation with him.
Hold up, guys.
Like
I have something pretty cool.
I don't have adult conversations with children like.
Hugh Laurie body pillow? I mean, who wouldn't want a Dr. House body pillow?
Like you two.
Bowser, you're not an adult.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, he's not an adult.
That's pretty impressive.
Dr. House.
You Laurie.
That doesn't look like Hugh. Is that really?
Yeah, it's Hugh Laurie.
Dr. House.
You should know. You should know.
What is he doing? Teacup. Yeah,
I'm just.
Hard afterwards.
I did add a rainbow heart afterwards.
Yes, you did, Bowser.
Oh,
no, I didn't.
Okay, there's an actual screenshot of that. We can find it.
I didn't know that, Bowser.
There's an actual screenshot of that. There's an actual screenshot of you saying the stuff about the 15-year-old. Like, all this stuff, like, all you have to do is look up on Twitter, TheWhiteBowser, and all this stuff pops up, and Bowser's trying to act like it's just not there. It doesn't exist. Now, all the account that all these like people are referring to and like talking to has since been deleted. However, if you look in the @ section, you can see that account was at one point named TheWhiteBowser.
Yeah.
So, and they're all like doing like the AMV shit. So, and who else? What other White Bowser?
First of all, I'm in one of the PMV Discord servers, and they know that I never said any of that. And
you probably never told them that you said any of that.
I don't support it, and I've never said it.
You have said it. What
no, I haven't.
Yes,
no, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
I'm not listening to another lie you say, you degenerate fuck.
Well, we have some more donos here.
Real quick, what are you saying that you didn't say again? What didn't you say?
Earl, just answer.
Sorry.
I never said that that flirting with a 15-year-old was okay. I never said that was okay.
Okay.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Ooh, oh my god. Stop fucking lying. Why are you lying to me? So I had to do that.
To a 15-year-old or hentai in your specific words?
Sorry, I had to do that.
I'm not answering your question.
That's because you know I'm right, and you know that's what you said last night, and you're too scared to answer the question because you know it'll make you look.
Alright, enough of that part. He just incriminates himself. No, we're going for the real thing. One of his biggest confessions. That or just listen to him satfish. I got some. We're going to see the sad fishing. The confession of a diddler. This is the one that
Bless me, oh internet, for I.
Now, I'm just setting up for the big one. I'm probably going to speed through this because I really don't want to hear, because he talks too slow. So we're going to...
I have sinned.
Nope. Too slow.
This is the TheWhiteBowser here, and I'm showing up for a confession on the internet. I've dressed up in full church garb, and we're gonna get straight into it. Now, what I'm going to discuss in this video will be full transparency about what I did wrong.
So yeah, this is the one I was wearing to show. And I'm pretty sure Hatman showed this on his stream, and I'm pretty sure, and I know Chad showed this on his stream. So yeah, this motherfucker, this is the one I was warming up to. His confessions.
At Imagine Macomb, and I'll do a part 2 to this video where I describe what I did wrong on the anime Discord server. Now, before we even
look at his drip
with any of this, I want to preface this with the simple excerpt. I did not mean for any of this to happen.
Yes, you.
I did not prey on anyone intentionally, and nothing was done that I wanted to happen. Now, did I make mistakes? Yes, of course I made mistakes.
Yeah, you did make a lot of mistakes, Earl. That doesn't make you innocent, but that doesn't absolve you of your sins. And the fact that you claim to be a Catholic. And this is one of my biggest issues with this facker, with this slack, I wouldn't say slack jaw, this frizzy-haired Elmer Fudd sounding like Elmer Fudd sounding mofu. And this is what pisses me off about this frizzy-haired Elmer Fudd sounding mofu. This guy claims that he's a Catholic. And yet, he does not abide by the whole Catholic ideology. He just uses the whole Catholicism as a crutch to absolve him of his guilt. He is the outlier.
Will I man up for them and confess to you what my mistakes were? Yes, right now I will confess to you what my mistakes were. I dress up in confession uniform because
this is my confession.
Apology, I guess you could say. But what I realized is that this apology video won't matter. There's still gonna be assholes online who don't care about the apology. There's gonna be assholes. Nobody cared
about this apology, and that's why everybody didn't like Earl.
I've said this time and time again how I've received forgiveness for my actions, but
really,
it doesn't matter to assholes on the internet. They don't care. You don't care that I received forgiveness for what I did. You don't. So don't know really why I'm doing this video, but still gotta fess up for what I did. Still gotta confess my sins. So I will now confess my sins.
I will absolve.
I started working at Imagine Macomb Theaters around around January of 2019, and I worked there for almost 3 years up until June of 2021. Now, one thing you really have to understand is I enjoyed every single moment of working at Imagine Macomb. I had plenty of friends working at Imagine Macomb. Plenty. I was known as the popcorn machine because I would serve popcorn to tons of customers super, super fast. I would, there was never a dull moment working at Imagine Macomb. I enjoyed all my coworkers. I enjoyed their company. I enjoyed the friends I made. And I really was the spirit of the workplace. I feel I was the spirit of the workplace because I enjoyed every second of that job. There was a time working at Imagine Macomb where I was offered a supervisory position just before this accident happened. I was offered a supervisory position.
I wouldn't call it an accident, and I could see he's got like a Rainbow Dash pony, a Rainbow Dash plushie in the background. Nothing against bronies, but this guy was booted out of every community he was in. This guy was booted out of a big breast subreddit for asking pictures of women with their shirts off. This guy was booted out of like a brony subreddit. This guy was booted from Big Butts subreddit, which, of course, if you look at Earl, he obviously has no ass.
At Imagine Macomb, I was by the human resources manager, my friend Nick. My friend Nick and I,
Oh, sorry, I got put.
He was a lead at Imagine Macomb. He was such a good friend, and even he understood that what I did was an accident, that it wasn't intentional. Even my best friend at Imagine Macomb, Gio, who went on to become a supervisor in my stead after I quit Imagine Macomb, he said, Earl, what you did to Kayla Rice wouldn't even hold up.
And, oh my god, this guy doxed this woman, this girl that he groped. This is another thing I hate about Earl, is the fact that he always has a habit of doxing people, albeit intentionally or unintentionally. And it's mostly unintentional. But again, I say F this guy.
In court because it was an accident, because it was unintentional. And that was one thing that
It doesn't matter if it's unintentional, Earl. It doesn't matter if it's unintentional. You groped a minor.
How can I be a sex offender if what I did was unintentional? If what I did truly was an accident? You know,
I wouldn't say it was an accident. You were pretty much feeling around.
You know, it's like, doesn't mean I don't feel shame for it. I feel shame for what I did. A real sex offender would feel pleasure for what they did. I feel the exact opposite of pleasure. I feel disgust for what I did.
Are you sure about that?
So, but let me get back into it. I had lots of great times working at Imagine Macomb. Lots of great friends. And truly, you guys, the internet, only really know the half of the story of what happened. But now that you know this intro of the friends I have at Imagine Macomb, Gio, Nick. Gio was the kind of person that told me that it wasn't your fault, it was an accident. Gio even told me that I should stop blaming myself for what happened.
Are you sure about that?
Gio and I, we both wish it never did happen, because it soiled the entire relationship I had with everyone at Imagine Macomb. Kayla's big brother, Matt, I had to fess up. I remember
this guy just can't stop doxing, can he?
I remember approaching Kayla's big brother, Matt, and apologizing to him for what I did to her. That took balls. That took balls to walk up to Kayla's big brother, Matt, and apologize to him for what I did to his little sister. Now, what I don't understand, Kayla was 18 years old at the time this happened.
No, she wasn't. She was 17. You groped a minor. Well, it doesn't matter. Actually, to quote, I wouldn't say quote, but Actually, it doesn't matter if she was 18 or 19 or 20. You groped a woman, and that's considered sexual assault. It doesn't matter if it's accidental. You were pretty much feeling around.
She was 18 years old. And to anyone online who wants to say that I sexually...
It doesn't matter. She didn't give consent. She didn't give consent. And you groped her.
...to the minor, you're wrong. And I know you're wrong. Because Kayla's twin sister, her name is Heather, she...
Stop doxing these people, Earl.
...going on 19 years old when this happened. So to anyone online who wants to say I assaulted a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, 14-year-old, 8-year-old, you're telling lies. You're telling straight lies.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, dumbass. It doesn't fucking matter if you groped her, if it was a minor or not. You groped a woman without her consent. That's grounds for assault.
And you're only telling those lies to make you feel better about yourself. Me? I don't feel good about what I did. Why should I feel good about what I did? Kayla was 18 years old at the time, and even though what happened was a pure accident, that was unintentional, that I felt such disgust and shame for what I did, and that's one other thing I don't understand either. I know I was the perpetrator for my actions. I know Kayla was the victim. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't feel shame for what I did. Everyone should feel shame for what they... the common, logical person would feel shame for what they did in this situation. Even if it was unintentional, even if it was an accident. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what happened. On June 24th, 2021, Nick called everyone in the theater. He called everyone over in the theater to the corner of the theater to have a meeting. It was an obligatory meeting, which means you had to show up. I had to show up, Kayla had to show up, Matt had to show up, everyone had to show up to this meeting. Everyone did. You didn't have a choice whether or not to show up, you had to show up to the meeting. So, that was like the first thing that set the stage. You know, everyone was obliged to show up to the meeting. The human resources manager, Nick, made you show up there. So, everyone showed up to the meeting. This meeting was meant to close down the theater quickly, efficiently, and effectively. Nick was going to assign everyone their jobs and, you know, get the job done fast so everyone could go home fast. Now, most of you know this part of the story, okay? One thing that was customary to do during the obligatory human resources meeting was everyone put their hand in the middle.
This chicanery, he's done worse.
Right? Well, Kayla...
Yeah, this whole chicanery here, Earl's done worse. And he's trying to manipulate his whatever audience he has to feel sorry for him. Trying to say, oh, it was a mistake. It was all a mistake. Not realizing that the damage has already been done. He can't fix this. And that's he just wants people to get off his back and leave him alone so that he could fap to underage hentai in peace. Earl doesn't seem to realize that if you put something on the internet, it stays on the internet.
Kayla didn't want to do that. Kayla didn't want to do the Power Rangers go imagine.
Hey, Mike.
I wasn't thinking at the time. I was foolish. I was stupid. I was. And
at least Earl didn't defecate through his sunroof. Yet.
I have to learn to forgive myself for what I did, but let me explain what I did.
The reason why I'm putting this faster is because
Kayla walked this way. I swung my left arm over, grabbed her left shoulder. She turned around, way too fast for me to react. My hand slipped. It touched her chest. That's what you call... And, much to my dismay...
Yeah, but you were feeling her. It don't matter.
Much to how I hate to admit it, I groped someone.
Yeah, we know you groped a minor. A 17-year-old, whatever. Like I said, you groped a woman. A female. That's not good. I mean, that's considered sexual harassment. It don't matter if it's unintentional. She did not give consent.
Yes, I groped a woman, and that is my own sin that I have to bear, that I had to ask for forgiveness for.
Yeah. You're trying to, this whole, I have to ask forgiveness for doing this, doing that. Yeah, that could have worked in the Old Testament, but in the New Age, that shit ain't good. A hate mob would hang your ass for confessing to things like that. And you try to say it's not a bad touch. Yeah. But you were feeling around. Don't lie, Earl.
Now, bear in mind, I was really quite in shock when the whole thing went down. I had never touched a booba before. I was just sort of frozen in place. Now, I only, quote-unquote, groped her for 5 seconds, max. Doesn't matter.
5 seconds.
Did something wrong.
You say you did something wrong? How is it that it's this time you've admitted? How is it that just now you admitted that this was wrong? That you're just learning about this and you're trying to pass it off as if it was a big deal, but back then you didn't find anything wrong about it. Granted, I think you are disabled. I know this guy is disabled. I mean, listen to how he speaks. But that doesn't give you an excuse to be a creep. I mean, and don't forget the time when this guy was at a convention and he shouted through the rooftops, "I'm sitting with the hottest girl in the history of the world." What do you think that was going to accomplish? What do you think that was going to accomplish, Earl? You think you're going to sweep this woman off her feet like a anime protagonist? And that's the thing this guy also suffers from. And that's the thing that most lolcows suffer from is main protagonist syndrome.
Still have to fess up for what I did. My first mistake really was when I grabbed her shoulder. I shouldn't have done that. I recall when I was talking with the general manager of the theater, John, at the time, he said to me in a sort of family-esque way, "You're not getting punished for your first mistake wasn't when she turned around and you touched her chest. Your first mistake was when you grabbed her shoulder." And he's right. He's right. That was my first mistake. That was something I never should have done.
He's trying to... Let me see what the comments say. I like how Bowser said he has no memory of groping a 17-year-old, but numerous times throughout this video, including a few, describing it in detail what exactly happened. This is the kind of preacher you warn your kids about. It's nice to see that he is starting to forgive himself for groping the wrong sister. You got this, Bowser. Oh god, these weirdos. His whole face lights up when he talks about his victim. He's reminiscing. And he can't help but dox everybody. You don't troll Bowser. Just give him enough time and he will make an ass out of himself. And this is what this whole video is. He's just making an ass out of himself. He's just digging him. This isn't some pity party. He's trying to manipulate people into feeling sorry for him while also making a complete ass out of himself and digging himself into a deeper hole that's impossible to come out.
And I really wish it had never happened. Because I hurt someone after that. And I felt the utmost shame and disgust after what happened had happened. My hand slipped and it touched her chest. That's all I can say. It truly was an anime-esque moment.
Oh, here we go! Oh, here we go! It's an anime moment. Oh, this is an anime moment. Desu waifu. Oh my god. This fucker, this idiot idiot. This dumb ass thinks that his life is an anime. That's why people make fun of him. That's why everybody in Smokey's community, in Kiwi's community, they just make fun of him, saying that his life is like an anime. And that's why I donated on one of the Too High for Stupids video streams. Next season, season 5 is going to be the Cupcake Saga. Because if you don't know the whole Cupcake Saga, for those of you who are still in the chat, for those of you who don't know the whole Cupcake Saga, you should take a look at EDP 445. That guy is a creep, and he got caught trying to meet up with a 16-year-old. And then his big excuse was that he was going to pick up a cupcake. I want to see something like that with Earl when he gets confronted by someone. And then he's like, Earl, why are you in this bakery? And he's like, I'm just trying to pick up a cupcake. It was just cartoons.
Kind of fitting since I'm such an anime nerd, but I digress. Days after that incident passed, I kind of went home after that because my manager, who saw it happen, he dismissed me early. Didn't really appreciate how you trolls online had to dig through my Reddit history just to find r/confessions. Keep in mind, r/confessions is the kind of subreddit where you confess something.
Well, you got booted out of that for saying that shit. So yeah.
You did wrong, where you go to receive forgiveness. That's the whole point of the subreddit. But nope. No. Not for smoky MCC internet trolls. Nope. Forgiveness does not exist. Confessions do not exist. The only thing that exists is conviction. And towards the conviction,
no eating the poo-poo.
I've learned that forgiveness really doesn't come from the internet, does it? Because I could say this a million times. I remember going back to the movie theater after I quit my job. And my supervisor said, Earl, everyone understands what happened was an accident. It doesn't matter, though. You hurt Kayla. So from now on, every time you visit the movie theater, you can't stay here. You have to leave. Now, leave right away after you see the movie. You can't just stay and hang out. And that was a sad revelation for me, because I was already disgusted with myself for what I did, but it hurt me a lot that I traumatized somebody. Maybe I really am an idiot.
Well, at least you finally admit that you're an idiot. Sorry, I had to skip through things because I couldn't bear hearing that stupid voice of his. It drives me insane. The fact that this guy, not only does he lack self-awareness, he refutes it. He's in his own bubble, his own world, where he thinks that he's going to get away with whatever he wants and not expect any consequences. He's a piece of shit.
These past 5 months, I have tried my utmost damnedest to make people realize that... Yep,
you're right. You're damn right, nobody important.
That I didn't mean for any of this to happen. That I truly am still disgusted with myself.
And you'd be right, nobody important.
For what I did. That I still truly feel shame for what I did.
And by the way, this is the last video for the night. I'm cutting this stream short because I'm trying to keep this short and simple.
Yet, even when I present all of you with the facts of the matter, it doesn't matter to you internet trolls. It doesn't matter to you internet trolls that I receive forgiveness. It doesn't matter to you internet trolls that I did all I could to apologize. If you want to be like Heather, like Kayla's twin sister Heather, who hates me for what I did, then be like Heather.
I skipped through most of the parts where he's describing the twin sister of the girl he groped, because he was pretty much sexualizing her, even though that's her twin sister and they're pretty much the same age at the time, which makes it even more creepy and disgusting. And it goes to show how much of a degenerate he really is. Much like JRC3, who sexualized a 15-year-old picture of Eliana, saying that it was a nice piece of jailbait.
You have every right in the book to hate me for what I did. I still harbor a self-hatred on myself for what I did. But I have to learn to move on. I have to learn to forgive myself for what I did. That's why I'm dressed up in this confession garb, to confess my sins towards the internet.
Mofu, bro, Earl, you putting it out there. This shouldn't have been existed. You shouldn't have put this out there. You're bound to get more trolls your way for posting this dumb video. Luckily, it was archived by Froggy Donut, which is who I'm watching this video from. I want to give shouts out to Froggy Donut for archiving this masterpiece.
So, I can even tell you guys on the internet the other side of the story about how Imagine McComb lied to the police about the contents of the letter.
Exactly.
How it happened, about how I harassed Kayla Rice and really.
And like I said, I donated to Too High for Stoop. I donated a few super chats to Too High for Stupid, and one of them says that season 5 is going to be the Cupcake Saga. So, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a reference to EDP 445, another known predator who waited 2 years to apologize to getting caught by a racist and his buddy. And it goes to show the hypocrisy of predator poacher channels, how they just do it just for clout. And Earl is going to end up on one of those channels.
I didn't.
And it's not going to be because of trolls. It's because he's going to be so stupid. Because he's so stupid. And like I said earlier, I don't recommend going after these guys. I don't recommend going after these people. They are pretty much doing it to themselves. I mean, Earl pretty much brings all this shit onto himself. No joke you say to them directly is going to be funnier than the joke God plays on them.
McComb wanted to cover their asses when the police showed up. They wanted to make sure they were not at fault for what happened, because if Imagine McComb said that they never called the police after the initial incident went down, it would have ruined their business. It would have. If Imagine McComb had told that sheriff that they never called the police after the original groping incident went down, it would have ruined their business. So Imagine McComb lied to the police about the whole thing. They said I was fired. They said it was a letter. They said it was a letter for harassment I sent Kayla Rice. They said I was a bully. They said I was a sexual deviant. All that completely untrue.
All that is true. You are a bully. All that is true, Earl. You are a bully. You try to bully people. You're trying to bully people into feeling sorry for you. You try to bully people into backing off. You try to go after content creators with bigger numbers who made videos about you, exposing you for the degenerate you really are. And you try to silence people. You try to bully people into silence because you don't like what people say about you. That's why you're making this video. You just want people to get off your back so you can fap to hentai, to little hentai girls in peace. And you probably are doing that right now that you got fired from Kroger.
And
yeah, this guy got fired from Kroger.
I remember lying down in that bed in the psychiatric ward hospital. I remember just lying down in that bed at the hospital, at the psychiatric hospital, after the whole thing went down, after I was carted off by the ambulance. I do. And I was thinking, like, why would they lie? Why would Imagine McComb lie to the police? You want to know why they lied to the police? They wanted to show me once and for all.
I know. I saw that. Too High for Stupid video. That Too High for Stupid clip. He was what? I mean, goddamn. At least put some effort in keeping maintenance. I mean, at least put those boxes away somewhere. At least put those boxes somewhere. Why do you have to leave them sprawled out? At least, or film your hovel.
That I still have friends that imagine Macomb. That I should stop blaming myself. That I should move on. That I should move on from this whole thing. That I should completely ignore, tune out all you assholes online who want to ridicule me, persecute me, crucify me for what I did. If you want to do that, go right ahead. Just do it.
We will.
In the end, I did all I could to be the bigger man here.
Yeah? How's that working for you? Yeah? How's that working for... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I think my avatar froze.
In this situation, I am confessing for what...
Well, it's been a while since I've had this thing up and running.
I did wrong on the internet. I am manning up for what I did wrong on the internet. And if all this doesn't matter to you trolls, then that's your own choice. Then you're just like Heather then. Kayla's twin sister. You know, it's kind of funny. Before...
Like I said, I was gonna finish off here. Something was glitching. My interface is glitching on my end. I'm like, uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I just had to adjust it.
Before this whole incident happened, before this whole incident went down, Heather, Kayla's sister, was actually kind of flirting with me.
Oh, God.
Before the whole groping incident.
Oh, boy. And here we go with the flirting. Sorry about the frames, ladies and gentlemen. That was not intended. I got scared too, don't worry.
Before the whole groping incident happened, Kayla's twin sister Heather was actually kind of flirting with me. She was 18 at the time she was. I was 27, but
You're sexualizing her sister?
Wasn't really interested in her at all. I was not interested in her.
I find it funny that this whole confession was you reminiscing about hanging out with kids. I find it funny that you're romanticizing this girl that you groped. It's more conviction for you that you obviously don't know how to handle things properly.
I did not want any of that. I really didn't. But beyond that, though, another thing I want to fess up here before we close, because I know this has been a really long confession.
Yeah, I'm going to close this out.
I'm going to do a part 2 to this, where I fess up for what I did wrong on the anime Discord server, even though I still did not prey on anyone. I did not groom anyone. I am not a sexual predator. I am a man who made a mistake. And if the internet wishes to bash me for that, if the internet wishes to criminalize me for that, then go right ahead and do it. I don't care anymore because you have every right to hate me. You do. What I did was wrong.
And we do have every right to hate you, Earl. You did a stupid thing. Not to mention, you also groomed a bunch of minors in Discord by showing them hentai. And you say that you're like a teacher. Well, I don't know what to say, Earl. other than the fact that you are a fucking degenerate. And if anyone on the outside world hears what you say on the internet, they're gonna form a lynch mob around you and chase you out of town. Because we all know that predators are not liked. I mean, look at what happened with Nambla.
If forgiveness doesn't matter to you trolls, if apologies don't matter, if lying to the police doesn't matter, then I really don't know what else to say. I don't. I was banned.
And this motherfucker gets trolled all the time. I mean, he doxed his address, and he tries to put like these signs out trying to beg people not to leave him alone. And trolls did come to his house. There was this guy dressed up like a clown that came to his door.
I can't go back to Imagine Macomb for the rest of my life. I can't. Because of what I did. Because of the bomb threat that I caused. And
oh yeah. Let me slow that down.
What I did. Because of the bomb threat that I caused.
Yeah. He couldn't go back to the movie theater because he was screaming because someone told him that there was a bomb at the movie theaters, and he said, and he tried to go over there, tried to tell people that there was a bomb in the movie theater, and yeah. That was pretty much a bomb threat.
And it's taken a lot of time. I remember telling this exact story. to one of my coworkers at my job. My new job, you know, the job you internet trolls keep on calling Kroger's, right? That job. Told this exact story to one of my friends at the meat and seafood department. His name's Jack, right? He told me, Earl, what was that your first time feeling a boob? Were you just in shock? Tell you the truth, I kind of was. That's why I don't.
You were 27. She was 17. Not a good look for you, dumb fuck. Not a good look for you. Not a good look for you.
That's why still to this day, I have absolutely zero memory of what happened. I groped a woman and I have zero memory of the whole incident. I do. No joke. I groped a woman, have zero memory of the whole incident, though I was told I groped that woman, and then after I felt shame for what I did everything in my power to apologize to her.
Yeah?
It's kind of crazy, like.
Yeah. And how did that work out for you, dum-dum?
This whole crusade on the internet of being attacked by trolls and assholes online, all over an incident that happened 2 years ago, to which I have no memory of, no recollection of what happened, because it happened so fast. I was only touching her boob for 5 seconds. It doesn't matter. It's still groping. I should have kept my hands to myself. But like, gosh.
You're, and now he's reminiscing about it, about touching, groping groping a 17-year-old girl while he was 27 at the time.
It really just goes to show there is no such thing as forgiveness on the internet. That is what I have learned. That is what I have learned these past 5 months. There is no such thing as forgiveness on the internet. I can tell you people on the internet that was unintentional. I can tell you people on the internet that everyone at my job knew it was a mistake and that it was an accident. I can tell you that the police were not called when the initial groping incident went down because it was an accident. I can tell you internet people that even when the police were called, Imagine Macomb lied to the police about the whole incident just to cover it up so that I wouldn't be taken away in handcuffs for what I did, which was wrong.
Yeah. And no. Some mistakes can be forgiven. And it's not that people hate, it's not and that's not the reason why people hate you. It's your actions in the Discord calls. It's that you perpetually continue doing this. But it's to Discord. And this whole thing isn't, we're not mad at you for groping a girl. Well, partially that is another thing. That was sexual harassment. That was pretty much sexual harassment. But what we're mad at is the fact that you had a Discord filled with minors that you let in. and you were showing hentai. Now that's a major red flag.
Okay.
If it was an accident or not,
How do you get there?
it don't matter.
I really have nothing else better to say.
That's not what we're mad at. That's not what we're mad, why we hate you, Earl. That's not why you're hated on the internet. The reason why you're so hated is because of the Discord messages. And the fact that you're a piece of shit person who told, not only did you just, and not just showing hentai to minors, but you also were disrespectful to a lot of people, including women and minorities. And not to mention, you were pretty much homophobic, transphobic, and you were pretty much xenophobic to people in Smokey's community, and also the veteran. Let's not forget the fact that you told a veteran to unalive himself.
If forgiveness doesn't exist on the internet, then it doesn't exist. Then really, what is the point of YouTuber apologies? What is the point of YouTuber apologies if forgiveness does not exist on the internet? Really makes you think. Really makes you think, doesn't it? It does. It does. So here we are. I apologized to her big brother Matt. I apologized. I did everything I could to right my wrong. However, the internet does not care that I righted my wrong. No.
That's again. It's more than just groping a minor. It's more than just groping a girl. I mean, it's more than just groping an employee. That's not why people hate you. The other things, please refer to my previous statement. Please refer to my previous statement, Earl. That's not why people hate you. It's because you're a jerk to people. You've threatened people's lives. You've doxed people. You try to ruin people's business. What Smokey and Kiwi, what they do with their channels, that's their income. That's how they make money, even though they do have actual jobs, but that's how they make their money. But YouTube is another one of their revenues. And you tried to disrupt one of their revenues. You tried to have people fired. You were going for life ruination. That's why people hate you. You were going out of your way to ruin people's lives because you think that if you were meant to suffer, they should suffer too.
You don't. At the end of the day, all you care about is that I hurt somebody. All the internet wants to focus on is the negative. You don't want to focus on the fact of the positives, that I apologized, that I received forgiveness, that I fessed up to her big brother, that I fessed up to her twin sister, that even Imagine McComb went to the lengths of lying to the police to cover the whole thing up.
Again, please refer to my previous statement, Earl. It's not just that. It's not just the whole groping incident. It's a history of your activity on the internet that has made you so infamous. Again, I have to bring up the Discord, the secret Discord where you were hanging out with minors and showing them hentai, where you had a secret Discord filled with other degenerates, where you were streaming hentai to minors. And not only that, you were pretty. And again, let's not forget how you tried to silence Smokey McCrack for exposing your degeneracy. You tried to have his YouTube taken down because you didn't like that he called you a predator. Not only that, but you tried to have him fired from his job. You tried calling the police on the trolls, tried to get them in trouble, tried to have their lives ruined. You obviously have no empathy for anyone other than yourself. So why should we have any empathy for you when you're going after other people, trying to ruin their lives? This is why people don't like you. If you're going out of your way to try and destroy people that you don't like, then you don't deserve forgiveness.
But that doesn't matter, does it? I guess it doesn't. Apologies don't matter. Forgiveness doesn't matter. Lying to the police doesn't matter. This is the internet in 2023. You know, you trolls were never supposed to... I guess confession doesn't matter either on the internet. It really doesn't.
That was a fake confession, and you weren't being sincere. So it doesn't count.
I groped that woman, and I feel sorry for what I did. I feel ashamed for what I did. But I have to move on. It's like Kayla told me, we have to move on from what happened. It's the only way that I will ever forgive myself. Now, the internet can...
Then why are you making this thing a big issue right now?
Say whatever they want about the whole thing. I know the truth. I know it was unintentional.
Yet, you lack self-awareness. You lack any self-dignity or self-responsibility. And you try to pit the blame onto other people and act as if you're the victim, when in actuality, you're the aggressor. And it's not the whole groping thing. That's not why people hate you. That's partial. That's one of the instances. The other instances are your deviancy. Whether if it's, well, I've already said what I need to say about that. But I don't need to repeat myself again. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that this guy is fucked up beyond repair. I mean, he could walk away, but unlike Cyrex, this guy had the grace to walk away from the internet for a while. But he made a big mistake trying to make another YouTube channel to hide. Much like Natalie always does that. Much like how Carly does that. And I will go back to the evening hate on that ham beast.
I know I feel great disgust for it, and to say that again, why would a sexual predator feel disgust for their actions? They would not. I feel great, absolute disgust for my actions. I'm not a sexual predator. I'm a man.
That's not why we're mad at you. Again, I'm not going to repeat myself.
Who made a mistake. I'm a man who lives in an anime, for crying out loud.
Okay, I live in an anime, for crying out loud. That's where we take. That's the takeaway from this. He lives in an anime. He thinks his whole life is one big anime. And that's another thing that most of these cows have, is what is known as main character syndrome. He's got a main character complex, or as I call it, main protagonist syndrome, or main character a main character complex, where he thinks his life is one big anime and he has to fight all these bad guys.
Lives in an anime. I am a man who made a mistake. I am a man who lives in an anime, for crying out loud.
He lives in an anime. And like I said, again, I donated a super chat saying that season 5 of the Bowserverse is going to end with him meeting a hentai girl looking for a cupcake. Asking for a cupcake. The cupcake saga.
The cancel culture thing really harps on you, doesn't it? It really does. So.
I don't know about that, but.
That's the whole story.
I don't know about that. I live in an anime. Oh my god, yeah. And my avatar is basically an anime avatar. And my avatar is pretty much an anime-like avatar. And I have a backstory for the character. If you already aren't aware, my character is pretty much a genocidal, nihilistic madman who thrives on destruction and death of the world. That's the lore behind Rickzilla, is that he thrives on destruction.
This video has gone on for 40
Why do you think he has like a portal to hell in the middle of the city?
5 minutes. You now know the whole story. I've been completely transparent with all of you about everything that happened. Now,
are you transparent now, Earl? Or are you just trying to wipe away the crime? No, it don't matter. Your shit is gonna stink. You think your shit don't stink? You just pretty much incriminated yourself.
now, here is the end of it. I apologize for what I did. I do. I apologize for what I did. What I did was wrong.
He got his confession suit from the Goodwill. I have nothing against people who shop at the Goodwill. I have a suit.
What I did also wouldn't hold up in court because it was a mistake. Because my hand slipped. Because it was an honest mistake.
Are you sure your hand didn't slip? Are you sure your hand slipped?
Every one of my friends at the place of business understood it was a mistake. That it wasn't an accident. That's why the police were never called. And even when the police were called, the police were lied to because what I did was an accident, that I shouldn't be punished for an accident, that I shouldn't be punished for something that was unintentional. And yes, I can feel shame for what I did, but ultimately I have to forgive myself and move on like Kayla Rice told me to do.
And you keep bringing her name up.
So that's it then. I am going to do what Kayla Rice told me to do.
And why do you keep bringing her name up?
Not going to do what you trolls are telling me. You trolls are telling me to feel shame. You trolls do not want me to get rid of my guilt. You don't. You trolls don't want me to get rid of my guilt. But I have to do what Kayla Rice told me to do. I have to rid myself.
Objection, Earl. Objection. You're trying to invoke sympathy by confessing your sins. You're just trying to invoke sympathy. As Azathoth is my witness, I will fight on. As Azathoth is my witness. As the CPU goddess is my witness, I will fight on. As the CPU goddess is my witness, I will fight on. And by the way, the whole Azathoth thing, that fits into the lore.
Of my guilt. I do. I have to rid myself of my guilt. I have to confess for what I did wrong. And I have to do something to try to convince the masses online that don't want to see it that way. That just want to keep on twisting the knife and twisting the knife and twisting the knife.
Yeah. You really aren't. Yeah, you really aren't so bright, aren't you? You really aren't so bright, aren't you, Earl? You're always trying to play the victim and act as if you're the one being persecuted. I don't know why I jumped onto an Irish accent or Scottish. This is Scottish. This is Irish.
You know, being labeled as a sexual predator, it really hurts.
Well, we wouldn't be calling you that if you hadn't done those things to those minors by showing them the hentai. To show them the hentai. And fantasizing about underage girls, anime underage girls, even though they're just cartoons. But you're fapping to 15-year-old girls being groomed by a teacher.
Because I know I'm not one. I know I am not that thing. I know I'm not a pedophile either. But hey, right now I'm...
At least you're not admitting to jerking off to naked kids in bathtubs. At least you're not confessing about jerking off to naked kids in bathtubs like some people will be discussing later on this season. Later on in the coming seasons, we might be talking about the bathtub boy. We've got the Genshin Grober, and then we got the bathtub boy, and then there's the goblin, and then we got Jimmy Nermates. We are creating an alliance of nonsense. We are creating the alliance of nonsense. They are becoming the new Nambla, and we must put them in their place. They might become the new Nambla.
I'm flirting with a 24-year-old woman. Yeah, right now as we speak, I am flirting with a 24-year-old woman.
I know, Emma, I know.
Yeah, can still be self-described as a pedophile. Yeah, makes no sense in this day and age, does it? So, do you, the internet, want to act like Kayla Rice and tell me to move on for what I did? Or do you want to act like her twin sister Heather and keep on hating me forever? It's your choice. I'll leave it up to you.
We'll keep on hating you. I'll be keeping on hating you, Earl. Not because of the groping thing, but because you tried to silence people for pretty much exposing you for being a creep, a stalker, and a complete dickhead to people who obviously try to give you advice. Try to give you advice on how to improve yourself, but you choose to drown in your own misery. And you lash out and try to retaliate by threatening people. And when that doesn't go your way, you go into these tirades, blaming everybody but yourself for all your insecurities. And you just want a hug box. Yeah, that accent sucked.
Now, if you want to lie about the whole situation, say that I groped a minor, which I did not at all. She was 18. I was 27.
What's next? Are you going to say that she was a biological adult, like some people? At least you didn't say she was considered a biological adult, like some people.
Doesn't matter, though. It was still wrong what I did, but it was an accident.
If you show me a video of you doing karate, and we'll talk, Earl. Show me a video of you trying to attempt karate.
Wouldn't hold up in court because
you can use one of your boxes as like a dummy or something like that.
Gio told me that. What you did, Earl, was unintentional. It would not hold up in court. But hell if it would hold up on the internet. Hell if it would hold up on the internet.
All I gotta say is that his only regret is groping the wrong sister.
It's pitiful, it is.
Oh, god damn it.
It's pitiful. This has been the White Bowser. I'm signing off now. Now, you, the internet, have one of two choices. You can either hate me, like Kayla's twin sister Heather.
Mental gymnastics.
Or you can tell me to move on, like Kayla did, like her big brother Matt did, like Gio, my best friend at Imagine Macomb, did. And you can even acknowledge that there are people who are loyal to me at Imagine Macomb for what I did, even to the point of lying to the police.
Yeah, and that's another. Yeah, bro, yeah.
Would not face true crimes for what I did. That letter of confession that I wrote to Kayla Rice could have been held up in court. If the contents of that letter were revealed to the police, if the true contents were revealed, I would have been punished for it when the police showed up. But Imagine Macomb lied to the police because I did.
Yeah, we know. They lied to the police.
Tell me to move.
I'm not gonna tell you to do shit, Earl.
I'm going to forgive myself. And I'm going to...
Let it out, boy.
This is my apology video.
Yeah, Earl touched me in my butthole. That's why I speak in an Irish accent. He touched my butthole.
For what happened
at least
to Imagine Macomb, that would be enough.
That could have been my father.
It's gone on for over 50 minutes. I've told the whole story.
That's why I'm nihilistic.
Well, it really does. Maybe the internet should take a lesson from that.
Now I want a palate cleanser.
I don't know.
Now I want a palate cleanser.
Sad. It's sad when the real world can be more forgiving to you than the internet.
I feel defeated. I'm going to end it off with a palate cleanser. As of now, we are going to introduce you to the king. There we go. No, I'm not going to show that one.
It is. Whatever. This has been TheWhiteBowser. I'm signing off now. I'm going to forgive myself for what I did. I'm going to move on after what I did. This is my apology video. I'm sorry.
Now I found. And now here's the man farting. And now I give you a video to close out the evening with the man farting.
I'm gonna do some push-ups.
You mean sit-ups?
Oh.
God damn.
Damn, I ripped ass. Try some push-ups. Can't do no more.
Oh, who is this? Oh, this is King Ass Ripper. I always use him as a palate cleanser. I always watch him as a palate cleanser. I used to always watch him as a palate cleanser because, I don't know, I feel like punishing myself. God, I love
Fucking fat and gassy to work out.
Yeah. God damn. And now, I'm not going to show you the one where he farts on a dog. I am going to show you the one. Where he passes wind. Yeah. Where he farts in a window. But I will show you the one where King Asswiper farts in a window. I'm almost... Oh my god. I love... this is my palate cleanser. Oh my god. I always love watching this whenever I feel... whenever I got done watching a bad video.
Killer fart.
Now that is how the king farts. Because he is a fart man. And I think that's going to do it for tonight. I think that's going to do it for this evening. That's going to do it for tonight. I'm sorry you had to see that, Emma. Sorry you had to see the king in his elements. But I'll be back next week. Thank you for sticking around and watching this mind-numbing drivel of insanity that is Earl. I'll be coming back for the birthday stream, which is next Friday. And be sure to look out for that, because it's going to be fun. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I will see you in the near future. Don't forget, if you like this shit, please hit that like button, share this with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Also, I'm planning on doing a little readjustment for our streamings to get some good stuff. And I guess that's it. Once again, I would say thank you all for coming around. Thank you for sticking around and being a good sport. And again, I will talk to you in the near future. Be sure to come around on the birthday stream. We'll be looking at some crazy people. We might even get a look at Mary, because now that I've inherited the reins of covering Mary, might as well make the best of it. But again, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being a good sport. And that being said, I am Rickzilla, and I shall see you guys in the near future. Peace out. And it's good to be back. Bye.